Today, I'm going to be teaching you about compound interest and how by saving little amounts of money every day, starting when you're young, you can save up to a lot more money to have whenever you retire. So imagine starting to save at 22 years old. If that 22-year-old person saved $2 a day, or $730 a year, and invested it compoundly, how much do you think they would save over a 43-year span if they plan on retiring at 65 years old? Let's take a look. Okay, so if you started saving when you were 22 years old at $730 per year, for 43 years, which would have you retiring at age 65, and it's compounded annually at 7%, you would save $193,538.22. So let's say this person waited until they were 30 years old to start saving for retirement, and they saved the same $2 a day or $730 a year, but this time for only 35 years since they still plan on retiring at age 35. So you would have $730 you would save each year for 35 years, compounded 7% annually, and you would save $107,976.83 by the time you're retired. You might not think that waiting until you're 30 to start saving is that big a deal, but if you look at the numbers, you'll see that it actually is. If you subtract the amount you save from the time you're 30 from the time that you are 22, the difference is a lot. You would save a total of $85,561.39 if you started saving 8 years earlier. To see how exactly 8 years of a difference makes between starting to save is substantial, because in that first 8 years of saving $730 a year, you would have already saved $8,013.93. What you mean? So let's change it up a little bit. So imagine the same 22-year-old person from the first scenario decides to save $3 a day instead of $2 a day, or $1,095 per year for 43 years to retire at the same age of 65 years old. So you're switching it up to $1,095 per year for 43 years with an annual compound interest rate of 7%. You would save $290,307.33. And if a person is 30 years old, saving the same $3 a day or $1,095 per year, and they save till they retire at 65, which would be it would be 35 years. See how much you would save in that 35 years. You would save $161,965.24. So as you can see, the difference between the amount you would save if you started at 22 versus if you started saving at 30, you would save a substantial $128,342.09 more. So the difference in those 8 years, how much you would save if you started saving earlier, that 8 years compounding the same, you would have saved $12,020.90, and those 8 years, saving $1,095 per year. So if people could just cut out daily things in their life such as smoking, or if people would stop buying their coffees every day, saving on average $2 or $3 a day, they could have a substantial more amount of money when they retire. Now that's something to think about.